Hello, hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from Kalispell, Montana. I almost said Whitefish. I thought it was over that, but I guess well, you know, five years or so in that house, I'm gonna have some residual on that. So let's get right into this card kit because it looks amazing, and I'm sure many of you probably thought I misspelled that. It is not wishes. It is not, let's see, what is it called? Gratitude. What it's washes of gratitude, not wishes of gratitude. So let's find out, what do they mean by washes? All right, I trust everyone had a great weekend. This is a all-inclusive kit. Everything comes in the kit that you need to make the projects as designed. Now, what I want to point out is we come out with 2 to 3 kits each month. And so I've just been doing the kits, but I am pretty much caught up on everything. So I think what I'm going to do, once I've done the kits of the month, I'm going to go back and I'm going to start mixing and matching some kits and doing some alternates and things, and just showing you where if you don't want all the same cards, you can make some variety of cards, and you can use the stamps and the ink and the non-stamping things. You can use it to mix and match and make other cards. So that's what I'm going to start doing on our Kit Together Tuesdays when I don't have a new kit to show you. So like next week, the new kits will not have come out yet. So I will be mixing and matching some of the kits that we have to create other cards for you and show you how, just because you have the one kit. Now, if you want to make the cards, here we go, as designed, by all means make them as designed. But if you're like, man, I don't need 4 of each of them, I'd like to mix it up a little bit, that's what I'm going to do on those off weeks when I don't have the new kits to show you. So here are our instructions. This is a non-stamping kit. You see no ink, you see no stamps. Of course, last time we had 2 inks but no stamps, and it was still a non-stamping kit, but we did do some coloring. So we have 4 of each card, so just 2 different cards, 4 of each. These are our no-fail instructions. So down here would be our ingredients page, and then these 2 are how to put it all together. In the very back, you have what all comes in the kit and the coordinating colors. So Calypso Coral, Darling Duckling, Flirty Flamingo, Peaceful Pine, and Secret Sea. So let's go ahead and flip this patch over. So we have here some white sequins, adhesive back sequins. That's new. I've not seen just white. They're not even iridescent. They have a little bit of glimmer to them, but other than that, they're white. So that's kind of cool. We have our glue dots and we have our mini dimensionals. All right, we have all the same ones, and of course you could use the inside is just one side that's patterned, so you could use that. We have 2 cards, so we'll put those over there, and then we will, so this is the Darling Duckling. We'll grab our two card bases. So there's this one, that's card 2. Now, because it's a non-stamping kit, it comes in German, English, Dutch, and French. So here are our ones. Let's see, we have a thank you that goes on number 1, and a thanks goes on number 2. And then we have so very much, which is with this one, and for all you do, which is for that one. All right, and then we have our circle, which goes with this one, and our rectangle, which goes with this one. And then we have some white and some colored. So we want to carefully carefully unhook these from the paper. Ooh, there we go. Carefully unhook these from the paper. All right. And I'm thinking, I guess my question, hi Missy, you just ordered this one? All right, we'll see how long your Wi-Fi behaves. Hopefully long enough to get through. So my question for all of you is, when I'm doing the alternates or the mix and match of the kits, would you want me to use the same ones from that month, or would you prefer that I do a variety of kits? Like maybe I would say 2 to 3 kits at the most, but I can use some older ones and some newer ones. Or do you want me to just leave it up to me? I can do that too, but I thought I'd get your opinion of what you would want, if you would want to see me mix and match this set, like this one, with last month's, which were the ones with the ink spots. So just let me know what you think you would want me to do, and then we'll see where the inspiration takes me as well. All right, so there's card 1. Let's work on that. We'll flip this over. All right. Here we go. And do this. This is where, okay, so we always want to have our scissors handy, but then we also, like using the bone folder. However, you don't have to use a bone folder if you don't want to invest in one, which is totally fine. You can use your thumbnail and just run it along here. You can use, if you have a take your pick tool, you can run the take your pick tool along it. You wouldn't want to use your scissors, although I suppose you could possibly use, nope, that'd be hard because of this. So something that's straight. If you get pampered, if you have Pampered Chef, if you save one of those little gray or brown, depending on how old you are, scrapers, and you make sure the edge is not where it's going to tear things up, you can use that as well. So there's all kinds of things that you can use. So let's go ahead. We're going to flip this over this way. Now I like to line mine up like they have it on here, and then you can see the gray dots are the glue dots, and the hexagons are the dimensionals. I don't know where my words have been lately. What is up with that? So Missy likes the idea of the mix and match fun. Probably recent months may be easier to find. Oh, not for me. I have mine all lined up. No surprise, I'm sure, on a kit shelf. So it would be easy for me to mix and match. I'm going to do some mix and match, but I think I'm going to just kind of see where the inspiration takes me, because I think that some of them might be fun to use, not just the new ones, but some of the other ones that we have out there, just to refresh your memory on what we have. So we're going to use now the take your pick tool, which is one of those tools that I can't craft without. All right, so you could use your scissors to do what I'm doing here right now. But I just really love my take your pick tool. Yeah, I don't know how I crafted all those years without it. All right, so let me look. So that's going to, all right, so the sew. We want the dot behind the word sew because it's going to go onto there. All right, and then we're going to do one up here. All right. Did I put the wrong one on here? Oh, I did. Did the wrong one. All right, I'm looking at this picture thinking those are definitely 2 different ones. And so this one was definitely this one. So I'm going to put this back up over here. Now you might be thinking, June, how can I tell which side is which? Well, because it's laser cut, there's that little bit of burn on this side that isn't on this side. So that's how you know which side to use. of these kinds of die cuts is whichever side does not have the burn side is the one that is the front or top, depending on how you want to look at that. All right. So I put one there, one here. So we have some appointments for my folks today, or an appointment for my folks today. And then I will be back in here working on retreat stuff. I don't know if you all saw the Scissors and Sunshine virtual retreat. You've been asking for a virtual retreat, so it is finally coming at the end of July. And I'm so excited. It's going to be so much fun. I'm working on the make and take planning currently, and I've already got the table gifts all figured out. There'll be 3 table gifts. There'll be 3 make and takes. And then the rest of the time, you get to work on your projects. That's the fun part. You're making time for yourself to work on the projects you want to work on. It can be sewing, and it's on Zoom. So if you are sewing and your machine is loud and if your machine is loud, where was I going with that? Oh, we might ask you to mute yourself while you're actually sewing, but you can still hear us and join in the conversation. So it's going to be, it's going to be fun. I know Missy has been one before. It was great. All right. So a block, though, true, Missy, a block works great for bone folding. Your pointy end keeps falling out. Oh, if your pointy end keeps falling out, you can take some white, it's called Teflon tape. So you can take some white Teflon tape and put it on here. It's the kind of tape that many of you, probably your husbands, would have it, because like my husband uses it when he's fixing any of the plumbing and he wants it to stay tight. So like in the shower, when he's putting on a new shower head, he wraps a little bit of the white Teflon tape on there. So you can do that because you still want to be able to undo it to turn it around in case you want to use this. And with the white Teflon tape, you can. I have one that has white Teflon tape, but I don't know which one of my 4 or 5 it is because I have it for classes. I have a bunch over there. So we're going to put this right about here. And then we're going to put this on top of this one. So our circles will line up like that. But we want this a little bit more that way. And then we're going to put that right about here. There we go. Then, oh, we need to put our dimensionals on here. And for these mini dimensionals, oh, that just took off the top. For these mini dimensionals, I really do love using my take your pick tool. And I'm going to do it as a triangle of 3. They only have 2 on there, but these mini dimensionals I feel are a little bit wobbly when you don't use quite enough. So we're going to do this right here, like that. And then we have 2 more dimensionals we want to put on our sentiment. And because it's a narrow sentiment, you want to make sure you have your top and bottom flat edges. There we go. Like that. And then we're going to turn this around. And it's just going to go right there. Beautiful. And then we're going to take 5 of these. It looks like 3 of the large ones. Let's see, we've got one over here. We've got one over here. These white ones are pretty cool. I'm not used to it not being shimmery. and then one over here. And then we're going to take two of these smaller ones, and I'm just following what they did. Nothing fancy, like that. And there you have your very pretty thank you so much. All right, I love this. This is a great set. You can never have too many thank you cards in my book. Whenever I sit down to work on all the kits that have expired or retired and stuff like that, a lot of times I will turn them all into thank you cards, because I always need thank you cards. I need to get a bunch of thank you cards actually out in the mail for those people who have been placing orders and who did the BOGO sale that I had. So here we go. We're going to flip this over, and then we're going to get all our dots, our glue dots on there. So this is going to have glue dots, and they've got a triangle of 3 of them. So my husband and I and some friends that were visiting last week were able to get my tables all up in here and cut the new tabletops and everything. So I'm so excited. This week I have card club, and we will have 2 tables instead of 1. So of course, I'm not sure I have enough people coming this month. It is summer, so my summer participants goes down in the participation goes down in the summer a bit, because people are on vacations. So I might not need the 10, but come the fall, when everyone is back from vacationing, I will definitely need the two tables, which can seat about 5 each comfortably. We can squeeze more in if we need to, but we should be able to get the 5 comfortably on here. All right. Whoops. I needed one more. This one. Let's see. Let's do that and that and that. That's what I love about the Take Your Pick tools. You can pick up more of those at once. So let's see. I see some more comments up there. So yeah, so if your husband can get you, which I'm sure he can, get you some white Teflon tape, I think is what it's called. It usually, like the ones we've had, they come on a little blue spool kind of thing, and it's the white Teflon tape, and my husband always uses it. This didn't have to be up there, but I had already put it up there, so we're just going to use it. All right, so we're going to turn this over and put it here. All right, and then we're going to turn, oh, forgot to put that, take these off. These are so cute. So the washes, so it said washes of color. I'm sure many of you thought it was supposed to be wishes. I did not have a typo in there. It is washes. The washes of color are these fronts. Okay, so it's not defined. You can tell it's kind of watercolored. So it's washes of gratitude. I thought that was pretty cool. I had to look at it twice to make sure I wasn't misreading it because I was like, wait a second, washes of color. And then I thought, oh, okay, it must be that. All right, so then I'm gonna do this one over here. And then this one is going to go over here. There we go. And then this one goes right across that, which must be why they didn't have one of those on it, because that way it's not too thick. So we're going to cover that up that way. And then this one just slides up against it like that. Let's see, I got a bit of a, there we go. And then we'll put these on it. All right, so they have one kind of tucked in. Well, I didn't stick mine out quite as far. Oh well, we'll just do that. And this. So what all have you been doing this summer? We've been having some yard work done for us. We had to have some trees cut down. And so that's been interesting. Some trees and some bushes have been cut down. I'm going to do this one over here. So our yard is looking kind of naked out front. I even heard some people commenting yesterday in the neighborhood, oh, that house looks so bare without all the hedge, because they had a whole big old hedge in front of the house. But you couldn't trim it back to trim it down because it would just look dead, because all the green was what was fresh on the outside. So we got rid of it. And then our aspen trees were dead or dying. And so the tree guy said, you could spend a lot of money trying to make these live, but in the end, they're going to die. So we decided we'll take those out. We're going to get them all stump ground, and then we'll put in something different. Instead of that hedge, we're going to do some lilacs, because I love lilacs, and I'm going to hold fast with that and not be talked out of it by anybody else in the house. I want some lilacs. All right, so here we go. These are our washes of gratitude. So you got 8 cards, really beautiful cards, quick and easy. I mean, look, it's been less than half an hour, and we got 2 of each of these done. Of course, lots of talking. If I were to just sit down and do them, I could probably do the majority of them in that half hour. The time-consuming part really is your glue dots and your dimensionals. So one way to save time with the glue dots would be to use your multi-purpose glue. Then it wouldn't take so long to glue it. So you could whip right through that. So make sure that you think of that when you're thinking of this. The glue dots take a little bit of time. Multi-purpose glue would save you time on that, because you can just quickly dot, dot, dot. You don't have to put the glue dot down and then go back and take the paper off, the backing off. But these are 2 lovely cards. And, you know, I don't know if you've followed me long enough. I know Missy has. She knows I'm not a big yellow user. I like using it. This, to me, the envelopes are a little bit much. I do like that amount of yellow. That looks really nice to me. That's just a little bit of yellow to add a little bit of pop of fresh color. So I think these are really cool. And I think I'm going to, for my first time, maybe mix and match the last one that we did for next week. I think I might mesh these 2. We'll see, because these are a lot of white, but we'll see. I think I may mesh these flowers with these flowers and see what we can come up with. So I need to do some crafty time this week, which I've got some planned already. So that'll be fun to just kind of mix and match those and see where we go from there. So thank you, Missy, for joining me live. I trust those of you that are able to watch this as a replay. Thank you for coming back and watching this. I know it's in the middle of the day and many people are working and they just can't watch it right now. I understand. Been there, done that. So take care. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Missy, enjoy some peace and quiet, or put on your earbuds and keep watching all kinds of crafty videos so that when you get home, you'll be able to jump right in. So I think that's all I have to tell you about right now. We do have the Hooray for Birthdays Paper Pumpkin Kit coming, and I will be back here on Friday at 3:33. So Tuesdays will be 11:11. I know it's odd numbers, but I'm giving you the odd numbers because they might just stick in your brain, right? So Tuesdays Kit Together will be 11:11, and Friday's Paper Pumpkin Play Dates will be at 3:33 because I have card clubs, so it's got to be between my two card clubs. So I figured I'd just pick a time that it can be consistent, and of course, all of this is barring parental health, I guess we'll call it. I do my best to not make appointments during my selected lifetime, but the doctors don't always follow my wishes, sadly. So far, so good. We'll keep working on it and keep working towards it. So take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you back here for sure on Friday at 3:33. Bye-bye.